the start box, ready to go green, and they've got it. 12 minutes plus 2 laps to go, and we're underway for Moto 2. Can they all get through the I-70 corner? It's going to get really narrow at the end. They're still 3 wide, and they've managed it so far into the shark fin. It's Austin Olds to Diego Ramos, P3.
Yeah, Blake Nash slowing, and I will say a much better start for Olds, but Diego Ramos as well, looking to take the lead of this race. Already a couple of corners in, and Austin Olds going to go low to defend James Overbeck. I think the best start he's had so far this weekend, and the best pace that he showed so far this weekend as well, already up to 4th.
Diego Ramos right on the bumper of Austin Olds, half a car length away, a car length to Paulie Massimino. James Overbeck right behind as they go through 1, 2, 3, 4 through the 90s. Over and out to 1 lap complete this time by, and it will be a 4-pack with about 2 car lengths back from James Overbeck. Maybe Blake Nash right there with Gassi at lead. That's enough for him. I think he can open up for 2, and he will. In fact, most of the pack will, taking advantage of the fact, and all keeping in mind this is a long moto. Just
big change for second because Diego Ramos is all the way back to 5th. A huge change. Olds with a huge gap, and Henry Wheeler, who used to be teammates with Diego Ramos last year in this power plant, is now getting by his old
start for the number 48. Paulie Massimino cruising along there. Behind him, Blake Nash and Henry Wheeler and Ramos, and Finn Bailiff now with an opportunity to try and go by on camera and off of the leaders for about half a lap, maybe a quarter of it, and it's changed dramatically. And there, Ramos to the inside on Henry Wheeler. Finn Bailiff through. Wheeler is fighting hard with Jacob Kolar, but the Vice Racing driver keeps his elbows out to take that spot.
Yeah, Jacob able to work his way through that time by, and now Diego gonna have to get back on it. Right, we're still here we go. This is exactly what happened to Diego Ramos. Looked like side by side, Paulie just into the side of Diego in a shark fin. And again, Xander, I'll let you have it here on this one. Closer together, you see Diego right behind Overbeck, Finnegan as well in the mix, Bailiff getting close, and Jacob Kolar as well, finally getting that breakthrough here this weekend that he needed to get up into the top 7. But this is all the while Austin Olds has gotten the breathing room that he needed. A change for 3rd. Overbeck goes through on Paulie Massimino.
James Overbeck moving past, Massimino back. Now off the racetrack goes Diego Ramos. Finn Bailiff trying to Diego.
And again, and on that straightaway, lifted a hand up in the air, and I don't think the two were too happy with each other as well. They just continue to fight here.
Yeah, this is not going to be a happy Diego Ramos in the scale line. He's probably already got a list going, and it may include Henry Wheeler because the number 18 continues to defend and try to hold back the reigning vice champion. And as they come out of the horseshoe, now there's 3 more lined up behind Ramos. He's got the likes of Aiden Fox, Cameron Weinberg on the Hodes D.D. Gillard, and Aiden Lorenko all lurking there. So back to the 12th or 11th position, 12th position potentially with Remy Andriatos not too far behind. So Ramos takes a deep breath, makes a radiator adjustment, lines up, and gets the inside done there in turn 2 on Wheeler here.
Yeah, I think Diego showed a perfect display of setup here. Little thumbs up behind Henry Wheeler. I think, he was happy they didn't waste too much time, so looking to work his way back through. Again, Bailiff going to be up the road for him. So Ramos back up to 7th in single file line for the Fox and Sun drivers. For Cameron Weinberg is on his return to the seat here this weekend. Aiden Fox having to go into the green corner. He's through.
The gaps are closing back up front as Ramos now has a little bit of time to start logging some laps and closing. Now gets just about erased, and a big-time gap will open for the 64. And behind him, here is the next battle looming. Jacob Kolar, Finnegan Bailiff, Diego Ramos. A minute and a half plus 2 laps to go. This is the fight for 5th. Kolar really backing things up now through turns 18 and 19. Just trying to survive to the end of this second moto. I don't know if there's anything he'll be able to do about it. He's a sitting duck now. Bailiff looking, Ramos following. And there's going to be contact, and Diego will get an over-under out of it and won't have to do anything to even make a clean pass on Bailiff. He'll do the work himself. And Kolar continues to park it, trying to just get some solid points in the bag.
Yeah, Kolar keeping the momentum up there to hold it around the outside. That was huge for him to hold on a position, right, to hold on to points as well before we go into the pre-final tomorrow. But even then for Diego, that's just a step back in the right direction, considering where he was at the end of the first couple of motos, and at the end of the first moto, I should say. Again, just in his standards, I would say subpar for him here in Moto 2.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, Diego Ramos, Jacob Kolar, Finnegan Bailiff, the entire quartet here, they're only going to be 4th at best, maybe 5th, depending how things shake out. Ramos now back at least to P5, but Paulie is going to end up probably being scored around 2 seconds up ahead of them, maybe more. Oh yeah, a lot more. 3.5, try that one on for size from the number 2 to the number 40. So Kolar back to work of where he was 2 laps ago with Bailiff on his heels. 3rd, Paulie Massimino 4th, Diego Ramos